Once upon a time in the land of eternal winter, there lived a king who had everything one could desire, except for a son to carry on his bloodline. Though the queen's belly never swelled, her arms never embraced a child, leaving the kingdom shrouded in the shadow of an uncertain future. Winter turned to spring, summer ripened into fall, yet the air remained a distant dream. As the king aged, worry etched lines upon his face, mirroring the kingdom's anxieties. One day, seeking solace, he ventured into the heart of the whispering woods, hoping nature's ancient wisdom could offer guidance. There, beneath a sprawling oak draped with silver moss, he encountered a hermit cloaked in leaves and bark. The hermit's eyes twinkled with ancient knowledge, and he spoke in riddles, foretelling the king's fate. Your lineage shall endure, but not in the way you envision. Look not for heirs in the cradle, but where the wild winds roam. Confused but desperate, the king returned home, pondering the hermit's cryptic words. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and still the prophecy echoed unanswered. Then, one blustery autumn day, as the king paced his grand hall, his gaze fell upon a portrait. It depicted his ancestors, each king bearing the mark of winter upon their faces, their lineage a tapestry of icy rains. Beneath the portrait, almost lost to time, was an inscription, "And in the 7th generation, the sun shall rise anew." Hope flickered in the king's eyes. Could this be the twist of fate the hermit foretold? Was his heir waiting not in the cradle, but somewhere in the vast kingdom, hidden in plain sight? Thus began a desperate search, not just throughout the kingdom, but among every citizen, hoping to discover the 7th descendant of the royal line. Throughout the land, nobles displayed their lineage, boasting of their blood ties. Pages were filled with names and coats of arms, but none could claim the elusive 7th descent. Time slipped by, relentless and unforgiving. The king's hope began to wither like a flower denied sunlight. Just when all seemed lost, a young knight stepped forward. Sir Colton, brave and steadfast, confessed he could not prove his ancestry, for he was foundling, taken in by a shepherdess after being abandoned at the edge of the whispering woods. With naught but a cloak and a sword, he offered to seek the hermit for answers. If anyone could unravel the riddle of the prophecy, it was the man cloaked in wisdom and leaves. The king, grasping at hope's last ember, agreed. So Sir Colton set out into the whispering woods. After days of searching, he found the hermit's moss-covered cottage. Entering, he found the hermit surrounded by herbs and scrolls, his eyes as bright as stars. Upon hearing the knight's tale, the hermit smiled knowingly. The answer lies not in blood, but in spirit. Only hearts touched by winter's chill can truly bear the king's blood. Puzzled, Colton ventured further into the woods, where snow swirled in the midst of autumn, defying the season. There, atop a frozen lake, stood a girl as still and serene as the snow-laden branches overhead. Her name was Lyra, and she possessed the rare gift of touching hearts untouched by warmth. Drawn to her ethereal beauty, Colton introduced himself, unaware of the destiny that entwined around them. Lyra's eyes shone with understanding. "You seek the missing link in the tapestry of kings?" With a sad smile, she explained that she was the descendant of the first king's sister, lost to history. Though her bloodline was not direct, her lineage carried the same spirit as her royal ancestors. Realizing the depth of her connection, Sir Colton pledged to protect her and bring her to the king. Hand in hand, they walked into the autumn sun, returning to the kingdom where winter's tale was about to unfold anew. When they arrived at the castle, the king was frail and weary. Seeing his kin before him, his heart swelled with emotion. Tears glistened in his eyes as he embraced Lyra, declaring her his heir. With the 7th generation found, the prophecy was complete. Now the sun would indeed rise anew. King Theron, weakened by age and worry, passed the mantle of the kingdom to his young heir, Lyra, and her husband, Sir Colton. Together, they ruled with wisdom and compassion. Colton's strength, tempered by Lyra's gentle spirit, created a balance that ushered in an era of prosperity. Throughout the land, stories were told of how the chill of winter led to the hearth's embrace, symbolizing the enduring bond between a king's bloodline and the unwavering spirit of home. When the sun dips below the horizon, The world is painted in hues of amber and violet, casting long shadows that stretch and dance across the plains. A hush falls over the land, broken only by the whisper of the wind through the tall grasses. It's a time when the day's worries seem to fade, replaced by the comforting glow of twilight.